Looks to come inside and fire one a goal and find the back of the net for Perth.
And the Azzurri have come back from 2 goals down to tie it up.
Cue the celebrations for the Azzurri.
Yeah, welcome to the Perth Azzurri Podcast. It is the May edition, a very, very special edition of the May podcast for the Perth Azzurri Football Club. Of course, we'll go and have a bit of a chat about what's happening at a very local level, see what's happening within our men's and women's programs, maybe a bit of a shout out to what's happening with our juniors as well. But as I did mention, it is a very special edition this coming Sunday. We're going to have a special event. It is Jack's game, of course, all to raise money for young Jack Danskin, who's going through a little bit of a tough time at the moment. But those who have been around the club for a few years will know the Danskin name quite familiarly. And it's a pleasure to be joined by Matt Danskin, Jack's dad, who's with us. And we're going to have a bit of a chat about what's happening this coming Sunday, a little bit about what's happening with Jack. But Matt, a pleasure, mate. Thanks for making a bit of time.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
No worries at all. First of all, mate, before we get into the event on Sunday, let's touch a little bit on your connection to Perth Azzurri. Obviously, you played locally with the Azzurri, a bit of time at Inglewood United, and then you made a big trek overseas to play with Werder Bremen in Germany. But looking back, what are some of your memories back here at Dorrien Gardens?
Well, I actually signed here in 2005, actually, which was, it seems an eternity ago now. Managed to win a few trophies here along the way with Graham and, a lot of familiar faces and legends of this soccer club. So I spent best part of 10 years playing here and have some very fond memories and have made some amazing lifelong friendships along the way, which is even better.
Many people will ask me, how does a young lad from WA go over to the other side of the world and play with one of the biggest clubs in Germany?
I think, like lots of things in life and in football, it was just right place, right time. And, I was representing the state under 16s in the national championships, and I must have played well. And, there just happened to be a scout there at the time. And, one thing led to another, and the next thing I knew, I was living in Germany at age 17. So it was, it was surreal, really. And as a young player, you think that's what you want to do, and you have these expectations that football is about getting to the top level. It was a whirlwind sort of period, especially being so young. But it was a great time, obviously, to live out a lifelong dream, or a childhood dream at least.
How did you find that experience, mate, going away from home at such a young age? And, it's sink or swim in that type of environment, isn't it?
Correct. And I think, playing here as a junior, you're surrounded by good people. Everybody wants to do well. And when you get thrown into that environment, it's dog eat dog. Being so far away from home, obviously in that era, technology's come a long way since I was over there, and that was an extremely difficult thing to try and to get used to. But it was, I can look back now fondly. I learned a lot of lessons from that, coming through life. So the football career may not have gone as well as I was hoping in that respect, but I learned a lot of lessons that have held me in good stead throughout my life. So it was definitely a good lesson to learn early.
It's clear that football's given you plenty of lessons, and it's taught you a lot and given a lot to you. But this coming weekend, it's going to give a little bit of more, because there's going to be the whole community here behind you and your family, Matt, as we get behind young Jack. Now, young Jack's going through a pretty rough time at the moment. Do you want to explain just the situation currently?
Yeah, so nearly actually to the day, Jack was diagnosed with a condition called Batten's disease, which is a ultra rare disease. It is a form of childhood dementia, of which there is, approximately 100 diseases that fall under that umbrella. It is terminal and life limiting. So, it's a neurodegenerative disease that it starts with vision loss, and then cognitive and physical abilities decline over time. Excuse me. But we're doing everything we can to slow that down, and really want to use this weekend less about the diagnosis, but more about raising awareness and how important community is in times like these.
Sure.
And I think that's obviously we want to highlight the disease and childhood dementia, but more importantly, we want to highlight the fact that when people are going through a tough time, how important community is. And at the heart of this community is obviously sporting clubs, and Perth Azzurri is a huge part of this community. So I think that's really important to highlight.
You said a year ago, basically. So, I mean, how do you feel you've been navigating the last 12 months? It must have been just a whirlwind of acceptance and all kinds of different emotions.
Yeah, I think initially, you go into a dark place, honestly.
Sure.
You grieve, and there's a lot of emotion involved, obviously. But I think the way that, our friendships, groups, our community has got around us has given us a lot of strength. Obviously, it's still a difficult thing to talk about. It's a difficult thing to accept, but, like we can refer back to football, and we can take the lessons that you learn in football into life. We can't change what's happened, what is going to happen. So we need to focus on the positives and what we can do, and have a determination to do the best we can. And that's our outlook.
The main goal for Sunday, of course, Jack's game is to raise funds for potentially life-saving treatment. I mean, what type of effect will that have on Jack and his prognosis moving forward?
So the medication that Jack has been prescribed by his clinician it's an enzyme reduction therapy. So in Jack's case, his cells can't get rid of this enzyme that the body produces, and that's what kills the cells. So without going into too much detail of that, the drug slows down the production of the enzyme to try and delay the onset of the condition and of the symptoms. That comes at a significant cost, unfortunately. That cost is $11,450 every 22 days.
Wow.
Which obviously no family can sustain. So we, referring back to the community, we did a GoFundMe for his first year of medication, which was phenomenal. And we managed to secure that money for his first year. And we were obviously ecstatic and very humbled by that. But time travels pretty quickly, and knowing that we're 6 months out from going into the second year, we really needed to think ahead about how, rather than going back to our family and friends with a hat in hand, how could we do something that was a little bit different, and how we could generate some funds to help, raise money for the second year of medication.
How's the support been, mate?
Oh, it's been, unbelievable. And I'll refer back to, again, community, the amount of people that have reached out. And unfortunately in this instance, we need to talk about financial, because that's a very big factor in what we are doing, because without the money, the medication stops. But if you take the money and the finances away, like the messages I've received, the emails, the amount of support has been, it just stops me in my tracks. Honestly, it's been phenomenal.
There's plenty of great mates I'm sure you'll be looking forward to catching up with, and people that you haven't seen in a long, long time heading along on Sunday. But we'll give a big shout out to Dino and the team at Trio, Base Home Loans and Ascot Sign Co. I mean, it's not only the individuals but the local businesses as well that are getting behind you.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing every player that basically I've played against and with coming, which is an amazing feeling. But obviously without business support who can put in a lot of time and effort to help us, days like this don't go ahead. So big shout out to all of the support and the sponsors that have stepped up and put money on the line, and it's been like I say, it's been truly heartwarming and amazing feeling.
Well, can I catch up with Graham Normanton and Taki Nicolaidis a little bit later on? But, I mean, these are some of the people and some of the names that you're getting involved. So, I mean, there must be people, as I said, that you haven't seen in Donkey's years, and maybe just a couple that you want to get a bit back on.
Well, I'm a little bit scared that they're going to get a bit back on me, to be honest with you. But I think, referring back to football and sport and how it can unite people, a lot of the players that are going to be involved, they were old foes, and when you step onto the pitch and everybody wants to win, but you walk off the pitch and you have a mutual respect for people, and 15, 20 years later we can all come together and hopefully have a nice day out, talk about some old stories, and there's a lot of ex-legends from this league that have paved the way for the guys that are playing today. There's a lot of players here that everybody should get down and come and have a chat to, and have a nice day out.
Just having a look out the window there, mate, as the first team's training on this Thursday night. Does it bring back some memories?
Yeah, it sure does. Actually, we were reminiscing out in the club before, and I think it's well told story that when you retire from football or you retire from a sports club, that the thing that you miss is the change room, the banter, and the camaraderie that you get of playing in a football team is something that you hold on to forever. And definitely looking out there, it's making me miss it just a little bit.
Well, I was going to ask you probably wish you were out there training, mate, because you've got a big role on Sunday. Now, you're going to play a full game. You're going to play, you're jumping fences, essentially,
well,
mate.
Apparently,
Part up under Normo and then part under...
Exactly right. I'll be part of the Perth All-Stars or the Perth Legends, and then I'll be with the Danskin All-Stars as well. So there'll be a lot of walking around because I haven't played 45 minutes or... 90 minutes in a very long time. So
just keep yourself on side, mate. All right, no hanging around the 6-yard box, mate. Let's give us a spiel about what's happening on Sunday, what people can expect, and everything else.
So Sunday is a family fun day with a Legends soccer game. Gates open at midday here at Dorrien Gardens. Kickoff is 1 p.m. There is bouncy castle, fire truck, gelato van, face painting, plenty of activities for the kids out the back on the AstroTurf here on Trinker Field. After the match, we will have a raffle with plenty of prizes. I think we might do about 20 draws of the raffle.
Yeah, good stuff.
The support has been that good. It's been phenomenal. And then after that, we will do a live auction here with a few special items for people to have a bid on. Club rooms will be open, bar open, canteen will be open, so there'll be plenty of things going on. There'll be the footy on the TV. We may even have the FA Cup final on replay.
Yep.
Get down and enjoy an afternoon out and catch up with some friends and some old friends that you
so people can just purchase a ticket on the gate.
Ticket on the gate by donation.
Bring the kids.
Yep. Have some fun, shout out and enjoy the afternoon.
No, absolutely, mate. And if people can't make it down, they can still support Jack, can't they?
Yeah, they can. So we have a GoFundMe running at the moment, or you can find myself on Instagram or the socials. Jack's also got a dedicated page, so you can follow his journey and our journey as a family over the next few years, and hopefully we can drum up some support, get some research funds, more importantly, into the childhood dementia and the Battens, into the Batten space. That's the key goal here is, highlighting the needs of these kids and these children that deserve better than what they're getting at the moment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is a hugely important cause, not only for Jack, but as you said, the awareness of the entire community that is suffering under this terrible disease. Matt, really appreciate you obviously flying in from Melbourne, putting on the day. We're very much looking forward to it, and big thanks for giving us some time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Big thanks to Matt Danskin for having a chat with us just a little bit there before that break. We talked about the serious side of Sunday. Now we're going to have a little bit of fun. We've got Taki Nicolaidis with us and Graham Normanton. You can walk through the halls here at Dorrien Gardens and see their faces just about everywhere. Gents, how are we?
Good. You don't want to see my face anyway, surely. He's a good-looking one.
Yeah,
Younger. More hair.
Gents, welcome back to Dorrien Gardens, but I guess there's an more important cause than just returning to Dorrien Gardens for coming on Sunday. Of course, young Jack Danskin going through a tough time, Taki, and I guess you're doing your best to ensure that you could give a little bit back as well.
100%. And look, I've been fortunate enough to have known Matt for probably around early 20s at the time, not just through football, but then he worked for me for a while and had a good relationship there. So it's amazing how football brings people together, but it's not just for the time that they're at a certain club together and all that. And as my relationship with Matt has been nothing short of strong and respectful. And even though he's living on the other side of the country now and that, but I think the true testament of a friendship is that you might not see someone for 6, 12, 18 months, but then when you do see him, it's like you only just saw him yesterday. So I said, I've got a good, strong relationship with Matt, and I said the respect is, I like to think, is mutual as well. So, yeah.
Normo, you would have got the phone call, mate, and, asking you to be involved and everything else like that?
Absolutely, and why wouldn't you be? I mean, you got a little 7-year-old boy who's got some rare disorder, and you want that young guy to have a chance of life, a chance at life. And I think what Taki's just said about the game bringing people together. I think it's always been the case where, as a coach, you have an influence on players, and you also want to sign players who are not just good footballers but good people. And I think the list that I've got in front of me of all the players who are involved on Sunday are they are genuinely good people. And, you don't want dickheads around your team, so you get rid of the dickheads and keep the good ones. And all these people here are good people, and are shown that by the support of the game on Sunday, have shown that we're going to try and do whatever we can for this young guy and give him the best shot at life that he can have. And hopefully, and God willing, we can come up with something that'll give young Jack a shot at life. And that's what we're after. That's I've got 6 grandchildren and 3 daughters, and touch wood, there's plenty up here that they've had healthier lives and got healthier lives, and I'm so grateful for that. So I want to see Matty's kids, who I had a good relationship with Matty as a footballer and as a friend, played golf with him, played golf with his dad, and did all of that. And I want to see his family prosper in health-wise. And so hopefully we can, together as a community, and Taki and I have been, opponents over the years, but here we are together trying to raise money for a great cause.
It is wonderful, and Matt kind of said a little bit earlier on, when the chips are down, it's amazing how well the community does rally and get together, Taki.
Yeah, no, 100%. And again, as Nora was saying, because we do live in the moment, and probably, we're all focused on, it's work, family, careers and whatnot, we probably don't take some time out to see what's around us and appreciate what's around us until we've moved on. And I think we're all looking forward to Sunday and reminiscing the stories of when we were opponents or teammates, and the time I beat you and you beat me and whatnot. And probably the good thing about this group as well, it wasn't, even though most of them were different clubs and outside Perth as well, come Saturday night, we're all at the same nightclub.
Yeah.
All mates off the pitch and all that. And as I said, now that we've all matured and sort of these boys have gone into the next phase of life with married, kids and all that. It's probably what we'd gone through earlier as well, and just want to give them the.
Yeah, I think when you get to my age, you're a lot younger than me, but when you get to my age, I think you've been through all those stages of life, and you look back. And, you philosophize about things more than you normally would when you're younger. And you look back at situations that Matty's in with his family, and you feel so strongly about it that you want to do something about it, And I think, kudos to Greg Sharland and the people who've actually put their hand up and organised this thing. Because that just shows you that people like that are invaluable in life, and like you just said, you sort of get the community together. And I don't think it's just football. I think it's just the community in general. We all like to think it's the game of football. The game of football is the reason to be here. But I think if you put it outside the community, I think the community would pull together anyway for this situation. So it's great to see. It really is great to see, and I'm looking forward to see how many people are going to be involved here on Sunday, and how many people are going to turn up and support this.
It's also, I was going to say, it's also good from the support from Perth as well.
Yep.
Whilst he was a player here and won a lot of trophies and did the right thing by the club for many years, it's nice that Perth have bought into it to
absolutely
respect and get a lot of these former players back. And for me, it shows, and probably clubs in Perth don't do this very well, where it shows the respect that they had for the time that they were here.
Yeah, absolutely. Normo, you mentioned that you've got the list there of the guys. Now I'm going to go through a couple of names in your team. Trent Kay, Dino Djulbic, who I think gets around on one leg these days. That's how good a nick he's in. Todd Howarth. But are any of these lads still in good nick to be able to play a full 90?
We'll find out. I don't know. I think there's one or two of them will be all right. I think Todd Howarth, last time I saw him a few months ago, was looking pretty fit. Trent, I think, only finished playing last season. So
last I spoke to him, he was playing AFL.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, well, that'll be a new one. I hope he doesn't jump up and catch the thing then. I think Dom D. Felice will be fairly fit. David Onoforo's playing in Masters.
Yep.
I don't know. Who else? Not many of them, I don't think. I know Naggers will be a few kilos overweight, and I don't know about Perry. Perry might be a man mountain by now.
Well, he's not. Is he obviously left Football West, but is he working? He might have just been sitting on a beach somewhere for the last few weeks.
Lucky for some.
But I was just saying to Greg Sharland out there while you were in here with Matty that is about the 2008 team from Perth, which is... I've just picked the team just by looking at it, just saying, well, I'll pick the team. That's easy. And we've got a few blow-ins, i.e. Dean Applegren. How the hell did he get in my team? But I only tried to sign him 4 times, and 4 times he knocked me back. So the boss is going to sit on his ass on Sunday.
I'll take him.
Taki, you've got a few names: Mark Lee, Jason Colley, the Van Dongen boys. Who's going to be the first to pull a hammy?
Well, it won't be Jason because he's fit.
He only gave it away a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, true. Yeah. And look, the twins are still playing as well down at Canning. I think.
Are they?
think so with Greg.
Oh, there
I've
you
been
go.
playing.
Yeah, right.
So Ash Rosendale is probably my tip. He's
Well, look, he didn't like training when he was playing, so he's not going to train on his own, is he?
Oh.
Got no chance.
I'm going to get you to spill the beans, gents, because obviously there was a lot of different characters. Who was one of the toughest to manage that you'll have to do it again on Sunday?
in that group.
Toughest to manage. That's a bloody question and a half. I don't think there was any.
Oh, that's easy on my.
You got it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. The toughest to manage in attitude-wise was Andres Oliveira. Now, he'll probably throw me under the bus here, but
here we go.
But he was.
He's injured, by the way.
Yeah, he was. He was the sort of player who didn't think he'd have to do sprints.
Oh,
He didn't. I'm not doing sprints. I don't need to do sprints. But he was. I mean, he was a top footballer and probably still is a top footballer.
Yeah.
But hated doing the sprint work. And like I said to him, you can't do it. You can't play if you're not fit, mate. And you can't play if you can't sprint. So
I was going to say it's a different story now that he's a coach.
Oh, yes, I'll bet it is. It's funny. You wonder, just looking back on these players and how many of them are coaching or involved in the game at some level coaching. You wonder whether there's some of the things that they wouldn't do that they're actually making their players do.
Yeah.
And the trouble that we had. But no, there isn't many bad apples in there, to be honest. In fact, there isn't. I told you at the start, we didn't sign dickheads. So, or if we did, we got rid of them pretty quick.
Out you go. Taki, you reckon you got a name there, mate?
Oh, Joel Powell, without a doubt. I've been getting messages constantly from him. I'm playing 10. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
He's only sitting out there, so...
he bought me a beer, and that's why.
Yeah, there you go.
First thing he said. So, but look, as Normo said, they're all fantastic people.
Yep.
It's good to see, and some of them I haven't seen, or I've coached as well. But some of them I haven't seen for a while. But we've shared a lot of good memories with these boys.
Another question about that list: is there a player on that list that didn't play under you that you wish did?
Matt Danskin, and a bit like Dino, as it had been working.
Dean Appleton, I tried to sign 4 times.
Yeah,
I tried signing Matty a few times as well, but he kept saying no. So I think 1-1.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So, but Dean Appleton was he not at Inglewood when I tried to sign him once as well? And then I think he went. I think I managed to get Greg Sharland, and then he buggered off to Florida. Yeah. So.
You would have managed against each other previously. What's the head-to-head at, do you reckon?
Oh,
he's in
knows.
front.
I have no idea.
He'd have to be in front, surely.
I have no idea.
I know he beat me in when it was at Forest.
We
He beat us
were
in the
just talking
final.
about this before about head-to-heads and winning games and all of that and winning trophies. In actual fact, the best thing about coaching is actually what we're doing.
Yeah.
Is meeting players, meeting other people, meeting committee members, and just randomly meeting them somewhere and having a great time with them. And it's that to me is the reason why you're involved in the game, whether it's coaching, playing. Yeah, you want to win a game of football, but when it's all said and done, and then I met David at the Vic Park Hotel last week, just out the blue, and we stood and had 20 minutes of chat and had a laugh and all that, and my daughter was there with my grandkids and. And I said to my daughter, I said, that's exactly why you coach. Not because you've won a trophy, not because of this, not because you've got your photograph in the Hall of Fame or anything like that. It's about the people that you come in contact with and the influence that you may have had on their football life or their life in general.
Yeah.
Because as a coach, I think what you recognise very quickly is that you do have an influence on more than just football in players' lives. And players have come to me with all sorts of issues in their life, and it's something that I think I have no skills to fix some of them, but I can help them, point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey with friends and making friends and meeting people, and then the rapport you've got with them lasts a lifetime. I think Taki just said it. You can not see them for 10 years, and then it's like you've never been apart when you see them again. So I think it's a privileged position being a coach.
Is that similar to your experiences?
100%. As I said, for me, these are memories and experiences that you have while you're coaching. And like Normo said, we all want to win. And for me, it's the friendship and camaraderie and the memories that you have during your time that we go out to battle and the time that we spend together, that in 5, 10, 20 years' time, you'll bump into someone and it's like, with the family and kids and all that. And I was saying to you before, it's like, oh, Dad, who was that? Oh, he was a coach that when I was at Athena or Perth or whatever. And it's like, we won a trophy together, we got promoted together, we experienced this together. And it's like, they're the little things that but even as Normo said, a lot of players do have their own issues and all that. And it's nice that there is that respect where when they do have a personal issue that they're comfortable enough to come and approach you and might not have the answers for them, but you're just a set of ears where I think they've come and entrusted you to spill something personal that I know it's not quite easy to do. That for me, that means a lot.
It does, absolutely. Means a lot. What will mean a lot on Sunday, getting past that, is when we thrash this team 5-0.
That ain't
It's
happening.
already started. The fans has already started. Alex,
I was going to say I need my final say.
We'll certainly get to that. Alex Novartis is going to be with the whistle. So just as you think all these relationships are mending, he's going to be the man in the middle again that everyone's going to be given a bit of stick to.
Well, we might give him an easy ride. You never know.
He's Greek. He might take a bribe.
Who's the first one to go in Alex's book, boys?
Ooh.
I think Alex will be pretty clever and not leave his cards at home.
I'm going to say Peter Lord.
Oh, there you go.
Lordy will definitely do something. And then in the other team, who would be in the other team? There's too many nice people in that team.
Oh, no, it won't be Berger.
Oh,
no chance.
No.
Gents, just before we start to wrap things up, is there a bit of a wager going on here? Loser has to maybe throw in a few extra quid into the hat?
Well, I owe him a beer for every time he sees my wife at the pub. I saw Normo, bought me another drink.
Oh, there you go.
Hang on a minute. Sounds a bit underhanded. Look, if they beat us, I'll throw 500 in the kitty.
All right, there you go. On the record. Are you willing to...
I'm making sure we beat them.
All right. There we go. Yeah, 1-800-858-858.
No pressure on my players, eh?
Yeah, too right. Too right. Gamble responsibly, everyone out there. It's going to be a brilliant day. Just one final kind of message to the Danskin family and I guess a bit of a rally call to the WA football community, gents.
Well, does there need to be one? I mean, you couldn't have a better reason to come out and support a game of football, because ultimately it's not the football that you're supporting, it's the family, and it's the family trying to get results for the little 7-year-old little boy. So, if that doesn't stir anybody up in the situation that young Jack's in, then they're heartless, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, we would encourage anybody and everybody that if they put $1 in, it's $1 they didn't have.
That's right.
And nobody's under an obligation to throw thousands of dollars at this. It's about everybody contributing a small amount, and it amounts to a large amount.
Yep.
So it's about everybody contributing, and as many people as we can. Put $1 in. That's it. That's all we're asking. If you can put $1 in the kitty, that's $1 that Matty didn't have.
Yep.
Matty and his family didn't have before we started. So that's a bonus. So 100%. Get out and support it, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And just putting your coaching hats on just for a quick second before we wrap things up. Tactically, formations, what are we looking at? 1950s Brazil, 7 up front, or...
No, I'm putting 9 at the back and 1 up front.
That's because none of them will run.
None of them can run.
So you've got Andreas up top? Trying to work it out now?
No, Andreas will be like the link. the link.
I think the less funny for him, the better.
At the back and play Andreas as a link.
Taki and Normo, thanks very much, gents, for having a bit of a chat with us, and very much looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Right, just about set to wrap up on this edition of the Perth Azzurri Podcast. Big thanks to Matt Danskin and, of course, Graham Normanton and Taki Nicolaidis. Don't forget to make your way down to Dorrien Gardens this coming Sunday. It is a game that will be full of fun, but, of course, there is a big cause there in support of young Jack Danskin. So make your way down to Dorrien Gardens, all happening from midday this coming Sunday. A few other things going on, including, of course, our senior teams back in action on Saturday. Our senior men will take on Sorrento up there at Percy Doyle Reserve. Seniors at 3, 23s at 1, and, of course, our 18s at 11 o'clock. So you can make a full day of it if you so wish. And our senior women, a little bit of a different, unique kind of fixture happening. It is the regional round for the NPLWA, and our girls will be taking on the Football West Academy down in Albany. So if you are heading down, rug up, drive safe, and we're certainly looking forward to seeing the girls pick up a possible 3 points down there in windy, cold, old Albany. Our 21s women, they are going to be in action on Sunday. That is happening at 1 p.m. at the Sam Kerr Football Centre, also taking on the Football West Academy. Big thanks to, of course, Stanford Capital Australia and, of course, the Thai Orchid in South Perth for their ongoing support of us here at the Perth Azzurri Podcast. Enjoy football throughout the week, and come on, the Azzurri.